Have you deported
we have to go through the vetting process.
Have any American citizens, including children, been deported during your time in office?
We have children that mothers have chosen to keep with them. So those
by my count, you have 10 American citizens, including children with cancer, who have been deported out of the country. I understand you're saying it's their choice.
But the mothers,
it's hard to imagine a small child having a choice, right? A PhD student that's
we
unarmed
are absolutely not
is not at the top of the list.
And we're not deporting U.S. citizens, and we're not deporting people who have legal status here.
10 American citizens have been deported.
Did the U.S. government deport American citizens, including children with cancer? Are legal immigrants being targeted under the banner of national security? Today, we dive into a fiery congressional exchange that raises serious questions about the Department of Homeland Security's vetting process mistakes and potential overreach. But first, hit that subscribe button if you care about truth, justice, and keeping your government accountable.
Thank you for being here. You know, Michigan's a border state, so we need each other. We have a very big bridge that's being inaugurated, ribbon cut in September. We need that to be fully staffed. We have a lot going on in Michigan as a northern border state, so we need each other. But what I'm concerned about is that you've taken the mandate to close off the border beyond going after, as you say, the, quote, most dangerous illegal immigrants. I'm a CIA officer. I worked my entire life to protect the homeland. If someone's here illegally, they need to not be here. They've committed a crime by being here. They need to go back to wherever they're from. But my concern is that either through sloppiness or intent, you have gone far beyond going after the, quote, most dangerous illegal immigrants and gone into legal immigrants who were given the ability to be here, and even American citizens. And when I think about that, you know, there are lots of people in this country, including me, who have families who fled this kind of environment where they have no rights, where they have no due process, where they don't have habeas corpus. So while I'll be the first to say, coming from a state that was won by Trump, that there is a mandate to do something about the border, I think it is absolute dangerous overreach to go beyond that and start picking up American citizens and people who have the legal right to be here, lawful immigrants who have done everything right. So first and foremost, do you acknowledge that your department has made some mistakes, any mistakes, in going after either American citizens or legal immigrants here in the time that you've been in office?
We have not deported any U.S. citizens.
Detained?
Or people get interviewed. If they get interviewed and they go through that process and if we find that they're U.S. citizens or legal immigrants, they stay in the United States.
Have you deported
we have to go through the vetting process.
Have any American citizens, including children, been deported during your time in office?
We have children that mothers have chosen to keep with them. So those
by my count, you have 10 American citizens, including children with cancer, who have been deported out of the country. I understand you're saying it's their choice.
But the mothers,
it's hard to imagine a small child having a choice. But have you gone after legal immigrants? Again, your standard in your opening statement was the most dangerous illegal immigrants. Does that include PhD students and master students at colleges across the country, unarmed? Are they the most dangerous illegal when they have status and no weapons?
I don't decide who gets status through a student program. The Department of State decides that, and we enforce it.
Oh, come on.
That's what our Department of Homeland Security does.
I just would offer that, again, I have no qualms with going after folks who are here illegally. That is not my concern. That was part of my job, was to prevent people from coming here illegally in a former life.
Have lawful immigrants been unfairly targeted? If this shocks you, smash that subscribe button because we've only scratched the surface.
My concern is you're sending a chill down the spine of America by going after people who either have legal status or American citizens. And when my colleagues ask you about habeas corpus, and you say, literally, we can review the tape, that you believe it's a right the president has. You sat here in front of all of us and swore an oath to the Constitution, and that is not at all what habeas corpus is. It is a right that we all get, that American citizens get, that people who are in the United States legally have. So my concern is it's complete overreach. I don't think American citizens, even those who voted for Trump, believe that you should be able to just grab someone off the street, sloppy, who has the legal right to be here, and certainly an American citizen. And I just am concerned that while you say you're going after the most dangerous folks, what you're actually doing is going after folks for political reasons, right? A PhD student that's
We are
unarmed
absolutely
is
not
not
doing
at
that.
the
And
top
we're
of
not
the list.
deporting U.S. citizens, and we're not deporting
Well, 10
people
of them
who
have
have
been
legal
deported.
status here.
10 American
If
citizens
the children
have
have
been
gone
deported.
with their parents, it's because their
let me
parents
ask you
wanted
another
them with
question
them.
about cybersecurity. You know, you've cut $500 million from the budget. What specific programs are you cutting? Because there are programs that really aid states and locals that we depend on for cybersecurity. And we know that right now, while we may have good security in the federal government, if you are a local state official, you're depending on the federal government. So have you cut the ISAC program, the program to states and locals on cybersecurity?
The president's recommended budget has a reduction in $491
Does it cut
million.
that program? I've heard the
and what
talking
it's
point.
doing
Does
is putting
it cut the
CISA
program?
back on mission.
You
it's
can't say
ensuring
that this is the most cyber
is going to be
secure. You
strengthened.
cannot say it's the most cyber secure administration if you're cutting the program to my state and to your state.
It will
and if you
be
look
when
on
we-
record, that's what you've cut.
This isn't just a legal technicality. It's the line between democracy and tyranny. For more critical breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon. The DHS says it's going after the most dangerous illegal immigrants. But the Congresswoman isn't buying it, PhD students and cancer patients. Is this political theater or genuine enforcement? When law-abiding residents, scholars, and even children are swept into a system designed for criminal enforcement, it raises serious red flags. If you believe in smart security, not fear-based policy, do yourself a favor, subscribe now, and join the movement. Just when you thought it couldn't get worse, $500 million was slashed from cybersecurity. The ISAC program, vital for state and local protection, is on the chopping block. In a time when cyber threats grow by the hour, how can this administration claim to be the most cybersecure while defunding the very tools that protect our communities? This isn't just mismanagement. It's a national security risk. To keep the heat on those in power, don't forget to subscribe and stay engaged. From wrongful deportations to cyber vulnerabilities, this hearing exposes more than just bureaucratic bungling. It reveals a pattern of power without accountability. And whether you're Republican, Democrat, or independent, your rights matter. Your voice matters. So share this video, drop a comment below, and subscribe to keep the spotlight on the truth. Because when the government forgets who it works for, it's up to us to remind them. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.